Hey guys, my name is Dr. Sharnael Wolverton-Sehon. I am here with my co-host Craig Walker, and we are super excited to have David Oates with us back here today. We're going to have him monthly now, so we're excited to keep him in the ring and like kind of see what's going on with like current events and different stuff as he's discovering things and learning. We're all learning together, and I think you guys are going to really love this episode. I'm not 100% sure where we're going, but we're going to go with the flow here. And before we get started, I just want to remind everybody, go to the website drsharnael.com, swiftfire.org. There's some great resources there. It shows all the past shows, all the upcoming shows, different events and things that we're doing, subscriptions to things, great products, books, all the things there. And I think you guys would really enjoy that. And then also, if you decide to be a member, we have a membership meeting every month. And actually, David's going to be on our members meeting on the 22nd of this month, October. And it only takes $4.99 to be a member of our Truth Tribe. And we have a lot of extra content there, as well as giveaways and lots of fun stuff there. But we're going to do a meta walk on October 22nd, a global meta walk, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the show as well. But do you have anything you want to say, Craig, before we get started? Any announcements or anything?
Nothing major, just the usual. Like, obviously people can find me on Facebook, and I'm again, the last show was the first I'd heard of this research, so I've done some digging into it since then, and it's very fascinating. And the fact that the three-letter agencies are interested in it as well and using it for their research and investigations is extremely eye-opening. So yeah, I'm eager to get into it, and let's hear some stuff.
Awesome. If you guys missed the first show, it's really important to go back and look at that. We're going to be piggybacking on that because there he talked about the genesis of how he found out about reverse speech and how it all works and everything. But David, welcome. And we're just really looking forward to seeing what you have to impress us with today. How's it going wherever you are?
Oh, it's all going great here. I'm down in Adelaide, South Australia, which is on the south coast of Australia. For those who don't know it, yeah, all going well. Yeah, and I got a good response back from the first show we did. So it's it's really nice to get my research out there. It's such a shame it's not known all that well, and it's such important work. So yeah,
I agree. I totally.
Actually, before we move forward, there was one question that came up, which I'd love for you to answer. Actually, because obviously there's going to be skeptics out there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and there's always going to be skeptics. There's a healthy skepticism and a negative skepticism, and one of the questions that I could see that came up is, I can't remember what it's called now, but do you know that sort of thing in human sort of psychology where you see faces in things where there isn't a face?
Sure, pareidolia.
That's the one. That's
yeah.
the one. Somebody said, could this not be like the audio version of that you're hearing things that you kind of want to hear?
Right.
And I was just like, well, I'll ask him when I'm on the show. So there it is. Could this
be?
There's one.
That question has both a yes and a no answer. Yes, pareidolia is part of the phenomena. I cannot deny that. And a lot of my training classes is to get people out of that pareidolia mindset and start documenting what is actually there. When genuine reversals are found, everyone can hear them. Many times I will play reversals without prompting when I do my lectures, and invariably they can all hear them. If it was just pareidolia, then no one would hear the same phrase. They'd all be hearing different things.
Right.
I have full-time mental students who I train, and we all do analyze our recordings together. And many times we will hear the same reversal at the same time. So, but let me just say, look, it does take a long while. I would say a couple of years to train students out of the tendency to imagine into the gibberish and document what is actually there. So the way I answer that question is it's a valid question, and it is a problem that plagues reverse speech. But amongst all those bear in mind, okay, reversals are only 1 or 2 seconds long, and they're happening every 20, 30 seconds of speech. So obviously there's 20, 30 seconds of speech of gibberish, which if you don't know what you're doing, you can imagine into the sounds. So a lot of my training is centered on to what is imagination and what is real. And that's how I answer that question.
So it's like a skill that you develop, basically. The
Correct.
more you pick up on the genuine speech. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. You're not going to grab a tape recorder, run it back, and hear them all immediately. You're just not. I mean, some people will. Some people got a natural talent for it, but it takes me, honestly, if I was to be 2 years, it takes me 2 years to train someone from scratch to be able to hear them accurately.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I've only been kind of playing around with it. I'm not obviously a student of yours. I wish, but with the time changes and the responsibilities I have, but I've been playing and I've been using it pretty weekly on some things just for me personally. And I find that I'm getting better at finding things, whether I change the pitch or slow it down or speed it up and just kind of play with it. And I'm not doing 30-minute recordings. Usually the way I do it is I found the app, and let's say I have a specific thing going on, I'll do 1 or 2 sentences based on that thing and play it back. And I think you are really good and have a great ear, and you got 40 years. No one else has got anything on you on what you're doing. So it's easier for you. But yeah, I think you would need some training for sure.
It does require training, and unfortunately it's a difficult skill to pick up. And I say unfortunately because I wish it wasn't, but I know it is. So it takes a lot of dedication to get very good at it.
Well, it's definitely helping me. Definitely helping me, and not just personally, but business wise and relational. And I am so thankful for your work, for sure.
Thank you.
So what?
I have a lot of very happy clients out there. People love the work. They really do. It's a real insight into who you are and how you function and why you do the things that you do. And fascinating stuff, I think.
So tell us what you're going to do October 22nd when we get together for the meeting. The meta walk for the global.
Thank you. I had a complete mental blank for a second. Then I was like, October 22nd. What am I doing? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, look. A large portion of my work is working with the unconscious mind, and I have discovered that the unconscious mind operates in metaphor or pictures. And all of our behavior and personality is formed by an unconscious metaphoric structure. I'm writing a book about metaphors right now. Actually, I'm writing 3 books at once right now. One of them is about metaphors. And as well as our own individual unconscious, reverse speech tells us that the planet itself also has a consciousness, which Carl Jung, well-known Swiss psychologist, called the collective unconscious. And the collective unconscious also communicates in reverse speech, and it also communicates in metaphor. Now, if you look at the state of our planet with wars and poverty and crime, and obviously there's something wrong with the planet's unconscious. Otherwise, we wouldn't live in a situation like this. Why the planet's unconscious is in trouble is another show altogether. I won't even get into that. Okay. But I believe that just as you can change an individual's unconscious with metaphors, you can also change the collective unconscious of the planet with metaphors. And a lot of my work has been in mapping the collective unconsciousness of the planet. So using reverse speech, I been doing recordings where I've been asking, how can we change the whole consciousness of the planet and bring in love? And Reversals gave me my answer. And so I've devised a group meta walk. Meta walk is a term I use for the guided visualization journeys I take people on. Even that doesn't describe it accurately, but it's the closest I can get. It's a whole unique form of hypnosis that I've developed myself. So I'm going to take people, as many, the more the better, on this group meta walk to change the collective unconscious. And I believe that will have the effect in time. I don't know whether it'll be immediately, but in time, of changing our whole planet. I mean, we're all looking to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like the word ascend. We're all looking for the new age of enlightenment to come. And I believe that that is something that we can create ourselves. We have the power to bring enlightenment to the planet. And what I am doing in this meta walk is one step in that process. There's other steps that other people are doing as well. I'm not saying this is the only one, but I'm using all my knowledge that I've gained in my 40 years of how the planet functions and operates as a collective entity and changing that and steering it into a different direction. And that's the purpose of the meta walk. Did I explain that well?
Very well.
Very well. Yeah.
Very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you guys who are watching, we want to personally invite you. If that's something that you want to do, we'll have links in here in the description where you can sign up for that, because the more the merrier, just like what David said. You know, there's how many people in the world, and if we all did the meta walk, oh my God, it would happen instantly for sure.
It would.
So
yes, it would. It would.
You got to get a tipping point here, you know, and have some more people not only understanding what the subconscious is and getting in a collective agreement for the earth, but just, you know, the fun of it too, of seeing love and having a new evolution in ourselves, in our own lives, individually and collectively. So that's going to be really fun. And that's October 22nd. So tell me what you're working on here lately. I know you have a book coming out, and
yes. Well, I'm actually writing 3 books at once right now. One is a book all about the metaphors of reverse speech. That's a book that's desperately needed in the reverse speech communities. I'm about 6 chapters into that book. I'm also writing another one of my science fiction novels. I'm an avid sci-fi writer, so it's a trilogy I've written. Well, it's the second trilogy. I wrote the first trilogy last year, and I've finished the first book of the second trilogy. I'm just starting on the second book. But the book we're going to talk about now is a book called More Great Spiritual Darkness, which I'm about halfway through writing. Now, I wrote a book 2 years ago now. No, maybe it was last year. I lose track. I've written so many books, all about the reversals of the church and church leaders. I think I played some of those on your show last week. Did I? I can't remember whether I did or not. No, anyway. So what I'm looking at now is the reversals in politics and the alternate community. Okay. And so I'm about to write my chapter on UFOs and UFO contactees.
oh, wow.
So which I've done a fair bit of work on. I spent at least a year, maybe 2 years, researching all the top speakers in the field of ufology, and I'm about to write that chapter now. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore some of the figures in ufology and see whether they're lying or telling the truth, or whether they're delusional, or what it is. And reverse speech can differentiate between a blatant lie and a delusion. Now, delusion is where someone believes they're telling the truth, and in their own mind, they're totally congruent in their thoughts, but what they are relaying is not an actual event, but it's an unconscious manifestation. And reverse speech can differentiate between the two. So let me play you a blatant con, okay? And we'll start off with that. This is oh dear, look, no matter where I go with this, I'm going to upset people. Okay, so this is Corey Good, who's just lost a big lawsuit, I believe.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here he is.
These ET groups, to avoid these cosmic laws, they'll incarnate as a human being, forget who and what they are, to go through the process of the genetic experiments that they're doing and not violate cosmic law.
Are you hearing that audio okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Backwards, he says, skill without con. SKILL. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Skill
Okay.
with what, Con? Skill with
Our con. Our con. OUR. Yes. So
right.
okay. So what does that tell me? That tells me that he's pulling off a very skillful con. Okay. Here we have another one from Corey Good.
Yes, the kids either from gifted programs or a lot of the kids that have intuitive empath abilities, they like to pull people out of families.
Here he says, we better fake it. That one was a bit quick. Could you hear that one, or was that too quick? That was a little bit quick, that one. So there we got two reversals in a row. That implies it's a con and it's a fake. And here we have, I'll play two more. Here's another one.
And they basically restored who he was. The ET consciousness, they restored it. So he looks like Gonzalez, but he acts like a completely different person. He is not the same person.
Serve mess the cons big. Yeah, that big on the end is a little bit dicey, but it was there. So there we have three reversals all in a row. Con, fake, con twice, fake once, and I'll play one more. And I got a lot more, but here's just one more.
But I'm not going off-world and having all of the meetings like I was when 4 or 5 years ago when I was reporting a lot of this.
Soul, SOUL, your cults needing evil. Your cults, CULTS, needing evil.
So that else needing evil. So that else needing evil.
So what do I get from these reversals? He's got a cult-like following around him. I would say it's not a very healthy cult-like following. I don't know what they're doing, but with needing evil, I would say I wouldn't want to be near his followers. Reversal like that. He's conning. It's a big con. It's a skillful con, and he's faking. So there we go. That's Corey Good. Blatant, straight. I don't know what else to tell you. Reversals say it all, don't they? So,
Wow. That's very
all right. All right, let me move on to someone completely different. Where's the one I'm looking for? This guy here. Okay. This is Travis Walton. And Travis Walton, fairly well-known name in ufology. There was a movie written about his encounter. He was allegedly was in the woods, a truck in the woods, saw this big shining light. He went out to look at the light, and then he vanished for 4 days or 5 days, or maybe it was 3, anyway, a few days. And then he returned with this story of abduction and experiments, and his story is fairly well known. Okay, so is he telling the truth or is he lying? Well, let's find out, shall we? Okay, so here is the first reversal.
Well, these crystals are supposed to have very special properties for people who are into crystal stuff. But
what does that say there, Jamie? This is what happens. That's what can.
Yeah. See it or
oh, sorry. Here he says, "I see the powerful ship."
See it or powerful ship. See it or powerful ship. See it or powerful ship.
See the power. Very clear.
So
Yeah. Very clear. And then he says this.
Yeah, he came up to this area
Oh, this is only one channel. Can you hear that okay? Is that coming through okay?
right after my incident happened. And
The Gray, Gray, see this spot.
here I can see this spot. Here I can see this spot. Here I can see this spot.
He claimed he saw alien greys. Okay, so he claims he saw a ship, and we have reverse that says, I see the powerful ship. He claimed aliens experimented on him. The Grey see this spot. Then it gets a little bit more ominous with this reversal here.
And it can't be a campsite because it's coming from higher than where the crest of the ridge. You can estimate, even though you can't see it, the trees are too thick.
He's talking about how he saw the light, and he says, "Planet, you will attack it." So I conclude that Travis Walton is indeed telling the truth. His reversals verify what he's saying. I see the powerful ship and the Grey, and that's what we're looking for in reverse. Are the reversals communicating the same story, or are they saying something different than what they're saying forwards? If they're saying something different than what they're saying forwards, then you need to start doubting the veracity of of the speaker. But if they're saying the same thing as Travis Walton's reversals are, then you can assume that they're telling the truth. Okay, and here I'll play one more on Travis.
So I guess at some point, one of the members of the group said that was a flying saucer.
Yeah, just as soon as we had a clear view of it.
They're very real.
They're very real. They're very real. They're very real.
You hearing all of this?
Yep.
Yeah, so there you go. Travis Walton telling a true story. Reversals.
The guy from Communion or Fire in the Sky. I always get them mixed up. There was
Fire in the Sky. That's the one.
Fire in the Sky, is it? Okay, cool.
Fire in the Sky. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Let me see. Who will we go to next? I got so many here. Okay, let's look at Elena Darnan, a very big, well-known name in ufology. Okay, so here is the first one.
I'm scared.
We why the dark side never wanted this history to be told, to be revealed, because they are losing power. It just destroys them.
Little lie talking. Yeah, that reversal is not the clearest one in the world. Okay. Okay, let's play another one.
Welcome to Mrs. Danny Anderson. I'm going to stop talking now. Floor is yours. Mrs. Please.
The scene with the cell. Oh, this is the host. That's not her. Oh, that's interesting. The scene with the cell. Okay, this is a cell. This is a. She's selling something. Is what the host is saying.
Who's the host?
Yeah, that's on the host. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's play. Oh. Gee, which one can I play? Okay. Oh, well, she was responding to this reversal here. On day 9 on Elena.
No, the science vessels are also long, but they are more elaborated in shapes. They have little bits everywhere sticking. That's how I could describe them.
And here she says, "Make it sell."
Make it so.
So she's telling a story. Let's see. Is there one I can?
I mean, would that imply, like, make it sell? There's a motive to make money, I presume.
I don't know. I wouldn't go so far as to say money. It may be, but certainly convince people that this is a real story. Okay, so it's but by the story I'm telling, I don't know what she's doing financially. I don't know anything about this lady. A lot of people said I should reverse her, so I got her up and reversed her. So,
okay, so other people have asked you to do this, just to make that clear.
I'm sorry?
Other people have asked you to do this, have they?
Oh yeah. Oh, look, yes. Look, the people I've picked are really the look. I know little about the UFO field. Okay, I really don't. I've had a couple of sightings myself, so I believe there's something going on with the whole field. If I have a bias, that's it. But what is going on, I don't know, and I don't know who these figures are. And I'm not in that scene, so I was just given names of people to go and research, and yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say, I had no hidden agenda or bias in any of this. Okay, I just went and picked the names that people said I should do, and that's what I did. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Betty and Barney Hill, very famous UFO abduction. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's Betty. Barney, of course, is no longer. I don't think Betty's with us either. But anyway, this is an old interview.
And at that point, it left the top of the mountain, came out over the highway, and stopped in midair directly in front of us, maybe about 50 feet in the sky.
Try to tell it you're frightened.
I just felt it. You're frightened. I just felt it. You're frightened. I just felt it. You're frightened.
Okay, now that's a congruent reversal. Okay, she's telling what she saw. Okay, and she's frightened. She's barking back to the incident itself. Okay, so here's another one.
We gave them different names to identify. Now, I don't know if he was the leader or the interpreter.
Her deal was a big one.
Her deal was a big one.
Yeah, whatever happened to her was pretty big and pretty important. Okay, so
Big deal.
yes, right. I'll just play one more on her. I don't know. Did she claim though she was experimented on? I think she did.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, well, so this reversal verifies that.
Well, we called him the leader. And then there was the one who did the testing. We called him the examiner. There were 9 others who stayed out in the corridor, and we called them the crew members.
Oh, yeah, okay. Under my skin, we bargained.
Under my skin, we bargained. Under my skin, we bargained. Under my skin, we bargained.
Don't know what they were bargaining about, but under her skin, that's what happened to her, needles and all that sort of stuff. So this lady's also telling a true story. Okay, so verses are giving us extra dimension. Now let's look at one of the really big names in ufology, who has been around for many years now, and that's Bob Lazar, who allegedly came out of Area 51, having seen UFOs, and yeah, okay. So let's see: is he telling the truth or is he lying? Here we go.
Generally you're just assigned a badge and shown the general procedures and things of that sort. This was a little different.
All my lies of sin.
Sorry,
my lives of sin. It's a bit quick. Sorry, it's not as good as I thought it was.
Different.
My lies of sin. Okay. Mm. Then he says
about the new generation of scramjet engines that have supersonic airflow inside that burn liquid methane and so on and so forth. Whether that was these, I don't know. But I did get a look up the exhaust as we were turning.
They planned your guilt. Okay, so who planned his guilt and what is he guilty about? He's guilty about the lies of sin, and let's see who planned it all for him.
You know, it's 10 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. Does that sound familiar to you?
It does.
Before? I've signed something like that before, but this is certainly far above and beyond that, which was kind of shocking, actually.
With me are CIA.
That
A's a bit quick. There was another reversal about the CIA. Where was the other one? No, I can't see the other one. There was two about CIA. No, I can't see it off the top of my head. Then we got another one.
You know, when I worked there, I was on the front page of the paper. So they were still able to archive, you know, bring that back from the archives. And, you know, Bob Lazar, a physicist working here at Los Alamos. So there was at least something there.
This is a fraud.
This is a fraud.
That's clear. That's really
That
clear.
is super clear. Wow.
I don't know what to tell you. I'll play you two more.
And you got that job. Before that, you were working. Before that, I had worked at Los Alamos National Labs in New Mexico.
I scam in this.
I scam in this.
I scam in this. And play you one. Oh, there's a few about the scam. Actually got quite about 3 or 4 of them here. I'll just play you one more.
I went down there early, and Ed Teller was outside, leaning on a brick wall there and reading the front page of the paper.
They are spies.
Yeah, spies.
Okay, so Bob Lazar, I think it's a CIA disinformation program. That's what I think.
Interesting.
Hey?
There's no way. I've always thought that, like, when something becomes major popular in this field, it always raises an eyebrow. We're like, why? You know, why is it allowed to get that popular? But then, yeah, it makes sense because he was like the ultimate original disclosure.
Yes,
voice,
he was.
wasn't
Yeah, he was. No doubt in my. I've got about 30 reversals on this guy here. No doubt in my mind, it was a CIA disinformation program.
Interesting.
And he was CIA. You know, look. This, you know, there's so many different UFO stories out there. You know, it's to the government, the CIA's advantage to have so many different conflicting stories, so no one knows what's true. You know, and the truth comes along, and you know you don't know it because it's part of the whole big mess of scams, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. So anyway. All right, so what have I done? I've done one lie, one truth, one lie, one truth. Let's look at, let's go to I'm sort of going one at a time here. This is I don't know whether you know this name. This is a chap by the name of George Adamski. He was the original UFO researcher way back in the 1950s, okay? And he claimed he saw UFOs over San Diego. So let's just play some of them.
Due to the fact that the telescope, if you understand how it works, telescope acts similar to your spectacle.
That's the power ship. Are you hearing that, or that audio's bad? Oh,
It's a little low, but I can hear it.
then we got this one here. Oh, hang on, no, let's play this one here. Where'd it go? Here we go.
Yep. This one is in the other hand, but it comes from the medium down there at the people to follow the step out administration.
They're more circular. Yeah. So once again, he's telling a true story. He's giving us extra information. They're circular. They're circular. It's a power ship. Here's one where he actually says a spaceship. Let's play it.
They were seen landing there by the big observatory, moving out of the ship, looking around, walking around, exploring, and they kept and taking off.
Spaceship the One. That's a bit quick too, so sorry about that.
Right.
Okay, but can you see the difference between those who are telling a truth and those who are telling a lie? Okay, it's quite obvious. You know, when they're telling a truth, you'll get other reversals that come back that verify. They'll give extra information about what they're seeing, like George Adamski. They're circular. Travis Walton. I see the powerful ship. Okay, and then we go on to Billy Meyer, who fairly well known in the UFO field. Saw a craft allegedly back 40, 50 years ago now. He claims to be in regular contact with, I don't know who they are, Palladians? Maybe, I'm not sure. He imparts spiritual knowledge and wisdom. And so anyway, so here's Billy Meyer.
Where do they come from, Mr. Meyer? They shall be coming from the star picture of the Pleiades.
I help the bullshit prosper. You hearing that one okay? I think that's fairly clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another. Oh, let's get. Oh no, hang on. That's not Meyer. That's another one. Okay. Here's another one.
If the whole study is fulfilled there in the other side, then the spirit form returns to the earth into a new human body.
Okay, he's talking about spiritual stuff now. The spirit leaves the earth and then comes back in a new human body. I tell you, bullshit.
Wow.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just playing the reversals. But here's a scary one. Listen to this one.
If you get a clear hearing, clear feeling, what you need in the meditation too, clear seeing and everything like it.
You shared the demon in your cult. And he does have quite a large cult following, okay? And what does a cult do for him? Well, his reversals tell us. There we go.
And this check card will be checked by a robot, by a machine.
I have the cash you give.
Oh crap. So you see, so once again, it's a scam, okay? And he's doing it for the money, okay? Simple as that. And reverse speech, look, I first went public, well, not public, I went public in 87 was my discovery, but in America, I went big in America on the Art Bell show, which was big on ufology back in the late 1990s, because he's no longer with us now. And I said to the ufology field back then in many shows, look, this will tell you who's lying and who's telling the truth and who's delusional. And I expected a whole bunch of people to come running my way, but no one did. I was really surprised. I thought, hey, you got a great tool in your hand here that can tell you who to believe.
and people don't seem to want to know. Seem to like the scams more than anything else. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one about money. Listen to this.
Any other earth human being, if man, if child, or if woman, there is just really nothing.
You con in it, cash you get.
That one's kind of faint.
Oh, is it? Sorry about that. Here, let me turn the big volume up. I'll try it again. Yeah, the audio itself is not good audio. Sorry about that. So, yeah. And this is a funny one too. This is he took photos of the UFOs he saw. Okay, and here he is showing one of the photos.
Just now, the trees are growing up in the last months. They are about 1.5 or 2 meter higher than at the time when I took this picture. Then where did it move?
Oops, sorry. First ship, fake wood.
Ships it would. Ships it would. Ships it would.
It was just a little model he made and took a photograph of. So there you go. This'll, if you're looking for truth in the UFO field, reverse speech is here if you really want to know what it is. But I think some people prefer to live in their cons. Oh, look, here's a total fantasy. This is not a lie. This is a fantasy. Okay, this is Donald Marshall, who came out with a whole bunch of stuff about clones, and I don't know. I don't understand fully his story. But
Is he the rapper?
I'm sorry?
Is he a rapper too? Is that the same guy, or I don't know?
I don't know.
I'll have to look.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know these people. No, I don't know.
Okay.
I just picked this one out because it's an example of delusion, not lying, but just totally delusional.
The person's debilitated for an unknown amount of time. I don't know how long. But when they come back, they have to have some recovery time. But when they come back, they are not the person anymore. They are then the lizard.
Muck inside my head.
Rocking inside my head.
Rocking inside my head. Rocking inside my head.
He's got a little bit of a problem. Oh yeah, and you see, when you're dealing with delusions, you just got crazy reversals like this
Your
one
real
here.
stuff, right? Everything that you are, basically, but they need babysitters because they go pretty whack sometimes. They're missing some stuff. It's flawed. But the thing is, just like those lizards do with the eyeball thing and squiggling into the head.
You've seen the madness skull. You look bored here.
You see what's from the sky, beautiful. Yeah.
You see what's from the sky, beautiful.
Oh, this madness. It's a bit long to hear that one. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's not a good one. It's too long. Let me find someone a bit shorter. Here, we'll play this one.
You know the lady on the plane that saw the. Oh, sorry. I was thinking about the lady on the plane that saw the guy with the lizard or whatever. I wonder what hers would be backwards. Like, do you know what I'm talking about, David? Did you see that?
No, I don't. No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I haven't heard this story.
There was some lady on a plane who swears that she was sitting next to a guy, I guess, with a hoodie who had like the eyes.
Yeah, she totally freaked out. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
She like got off the plane and she like yelled at everybody and was like, "You guys can stay here, you know, if you want to, but I'm leaving," basically. And she was like, "You're not real." And
that'd be
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then she came back and apologized. And to me, her apology was really weird because it seemed like she seemed scared, in my opinion. It seemed like she was maybe threatened or something to have to come out and like later.
I didn't know. I hadn't heard that story.
Anyway, good. Keep going. Sorry.
Anyway, I'll play a couple more Donald Marshall. Here we go.
In real life, but they made me do cocaine there so I could do speed rappy stuff because like Buster Rhymes type of stuff. Just can't do that like just off the bat. But that stuff really speeds you up. It actually gave me my clone a heart attack a couple times.
Help, you are sick.
Sick.
And one more.
I asked him one time at the cloning station because they would bring him there and ask him what it was like and everything, and like he was a celebrity or something. It was weird, and they're all trying to act evil, like they're vampires or something. And
your dreams.
Dreams. Dreams.
So this is a guy with a few little problems. Muck inside my head. Help, you are sick. I got a reverse here about madness. Keep his madness. Your dreams. This is a delusion. It's not a lie. It's a delusion. Okay.
So he believes it, but it's not real.
But it's not real, right? And see, reverse speech will tell the difference. I mean, I can tell between a delusion and reality. Here we have David Wilcock. Which one would I? I don't know much about his sexual history, but he's been a bit of a naughty boy according to his reversals. Like this one.
Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Ariel. And I'm probably not saying it in the right order, but that was a mandatory part of the beginning, as was the Bible being open. The woman who brought it in, Carla, was a dedicated Christian. She had, went to church, sang in choir. I mean, this is.
They took the dick you led.
I
don't know anything about this guy's history. Here's another one.
So that if there was a nuclear war, and if you wanted to be living in our underground base, we're going to build it, okay? We probably will end up doing that for the customers who would like that kind of facility, and we're going to do it where...
I'm near the Lucifer.
Not
a nice guy who you want to get. And one more.
And there is a substrate material that we're putting in that's based on graphene, and this allows us to make something called nanoconcrete. And nanoconcrete only requires sand.
In mock, MOCK, it must scam it.
In mock, it must scam it.
Yeah, he's mocking the whole thing. And it's a scam. So there you go. If anyone wants to know the truth about ufology, I've got them all. But I don't know whether people want to know the truth. Some people prefer to live in their delusions, which is a bit shame, really. I've had some people get quite upset at some of these reversals I found. I'm just scrolling. Oh, James Gilliland. Oh dear, he's another guy. Here, listen. Let's play this. 2 reversals I'll play.
Greeting. This is James Gillen with As You Wish Talk Radio, also simulcasting on ECETI, Stargate, Rumble, and a few others. So we're out there on VMO and YouTube and everywhere basically. So stay tuned. We're a lot of changes happening here. I'm not even going to get into the news. I think we can talk about the news on the show. Probably have to be careful what we say.
You're nauseating the public.
Nauseating the public.
There you go. And then he says, "This is another guy I think is got some sex issues."
And I realized that around 5 years old, people have this transition where they realize they're not in Kansas anymore.
And penis is making honor.
Penis is making honor.
Penis is making honor. Penis is making honor. I don't know. I just play them. Let you. And what else can I tell you?
Wow. I don't even
Yeah.
have words.
Don't?
I don't even
No.
have words.
No, I know. I know. And look, this is one of the reasons why reverse speech is such a threatening technology. It really is, because it cuts through all the BS and goes straight to the truth. And as much as people claim they want the truth, my experience is they really want their delusions validated, unfortunately. And
I think we're all guilty of that. I probably am to some degree as well, but
yeah.
it's a fascinating study, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, I can probably be in the same boat on a lot of that. And that's why I was coming to you for help. I've been working with you, 8 or 9 weeks now.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And it's helping me. So, but anyway, whatever else you have, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it does help. Well, and look, on that point, let's just pick that up and go to some more stuff. On that point, look, what I do in the public with the politicians and the media and UFOs and I research all these things, 911 and JFK. I've done them all. But that is really only a very small aspect of my work. And to be frank, I really only do that because the public wants it, and that's what the radio shows are looking for. So, but my real work is in working with people and in the therapy and in changing lives and setting people free. And reverse speech is just so amazing in that, in seeing inside who you are, what's causing your problems, why are you doing this behavior here? Reverse speech, you say, well, it came from this event back here or whatever. But it as it exposes those in ufology, it also reveals who you really are and what's really driving you. And that's the part of reverse speech that I really love. So, I mean, this stuff is all fun. We all want to know.
Well, I can tell you that my reverse speech, when you were working with me, had revealed some shit in the field. And then we were able to do a meta walk to clear the field. And I had a guy that I haven't talked to in 10 years who's owed me $10,000. He borrowed $10,000 from me and never paid me back. And after working with you just 3 times, he started paying me back, and without even explaining. He just sent a check, and now I've received 2 checks back. So I can attest to like all this like subconscious stuff that I don't know necessarily is going on. And just to say, some more kudos to what your work has helped me, with family things, with children's stuff, with, some of the rectifying what's real and what isn't with, Montauk or other stuff. And it's, and certain people in my life, of just having to get some clear paths of what to do and what not to do. But it all is an inside job. I mean, all of us can work on ourselves individually, and that's what's changing the collective is working inside to and having the courage to look in, because I'm not gonna lie, I was scared to talk to you because I'm like, shoot, what am I gonna say that's gonna come backwards? Like, and I even said like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, oh God, I hope I'm not super crazy. I mean, I know I'm pretty crazy, but like, what happens if I'm delusional? Can you fix me? Can you help? And so it's just been a cool ride working with you. And I really do suggest anybody who's seeing some negative patterns and you're like not understanding why, to get with David and go deeper to find out what you don't know, because we don't know what we don't know, but when we know, we can fix it. And it's about finding out.
Diagnosis at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a diagnosis at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, even health issues and what have you. Like this last week, I did some stuff for myself in the app, and it came back and told me what was going on, and I didn't tell anybody anything. And then I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me what was going on, and it was the same thing that I said backwards. And I was like, wow, this is insane, but I wouldn't have really looked at any of that except for working with you. So thank you.
My pleasure, as always.
Yes, it makes me feel a little less crazy. You know, it's like shocking to know some of the things really happen, but it's also like, okay, well, that happened, okay, and I'm still alive, and we're gonna keep on the mission and the path of staying in truth, staying in love, and you know, doing the best that we can while we're here, because we all have an individual destiny, and I don't do what you guys do and you don't do what we do, but if we're all doing our best, then we're all contributing to the entire planet. So any final words before we go here, and how can people find you and your work?
Right. Okay. Well, you can find me by go to my website, reversespeech.com. If you want to contact me directly, my email address is backwards, BACKWARDS, backwards @reversespeech.com. Okay. And yeah, backwards @reversespeech.com. Email or go to my website. I would love to work with you all, and I do great work. So
yes, you do. And go to his Facebook too, because every week he is putting up like the current events of like politics and different things that come up in the news. And but yeah, he's got so much on YouTube from, I mean, years of work on YouTube as well. So definitely check that out. Craig, where can we find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, Craig Martin Walker. We're friends now, David, so I'm following your stuff as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's yeah, I've got a Rumble channel. I'll have 3 videos on there now, and I have a meditation,
yes,
yeah, music channel in a band, Ascension. If people want to check that out, I'm a drummer, David. If you didn't know, yeah,
okay.
check those things out. Yeah.
Awesome. And you guys can find me at drsharnael.com, swiftfire.org, really YouTube, all the places, Facebook and all of that. And definitely looking forward to having you October 22nd for a full beta walk, where any one of you who are members with us, please join us October 22nd. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be 2 o'clock this time, just because of David's time zone.
Right.
Only do it at noon, but we'll be 2 o'clock on the 22nd. So 222. And thanks again, David. And we appreciate you so much. And we'll see you on the 22nd. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for all your help.
See ya.
You guys have a great week. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.